Guys, welcome back to Nerdmania. This is my end of year physical media haul. Due to commitments and stuff before Christmas, I just didn't have the time to do my normal monthly instalments. And rather than try and sort out what I got in each month, I thought I'd just do one bumper end of year haul. So I've got some older movies that I've picked up, some new releases, some still books, and I've got a couple of comic related stuff and books as well. So if you're new here and you like geeky content, if you like movie content, action figure content, comic book content, that is what this channel's about. It's my love of pop culture. My last video, the first one of the year, was a vintage collection haul that I've picked up recently. So if you're interested in older toys, please go back and check that out. But like I say, if you're new here, please like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. But it's quite a big haul, so we're going to get into this one quite quickly. So I've just got to lean forward. I put the comics slightly out of reach compared to everything else. So, 3 books. So if you're not interested in books and comics, please skip ahead, but I'll go through these very quickly. One of the first things I picked up was Nitro. This is the book by Guy Evans. This is the rise and fall of WCW, basically, in book form. The most in-depth I've ever heard the story, to be honest. It goes into the financials behind it, which might sound a bit boring to most people, but it's actually quite interesting. The Monday Night Wars and then the inevitable crash of WCW. So that's Nitro by Guy Evans. Really interesting book. I'm on about chapter 8 at the moment. Really worth a read. Picked up Saga Volume 11, the latest in Saga graphic novel. I haven't read this yet. Don't think I've read 10 yet, to be honest, so a little bit behind on Saga at the moment, but love this series. I'm behind from when they relaunched. Obviously they did up to around about trade number 9, stopped for a year or two, came back, done 10, 11. I haven't read those yet, but picked it up. And then the last is a little bit of a special item, something that I've not really shown much interest in before. I've always collected comics as a reader more than someone to collect as artwork or put. I do love the art, but I've never had a slabbed comic until now. Sorry, ring light there, right in the middle. This is the Mandalorian #1. It's the variant edition. It's a 9.8 there, as you can see. I love this. It's amazing. I've got it currently displayed in one of my Deltos behind my Mandalorian hot toy. It's just a beautiful piece of art at the end of the day. That's what comics books are. They're art. I do, but I've just never really. I've always thought, what's the point in having a comic book that you can't read? But now I've got one. It's kind of got me a little bit tempted to maybe get some more. I think they make really nice display pieces. So this is the Mandalorian #1. This was a Christmas gift actually from a very good friend of mine, and very happy to have that now in my collection. So that's the books out the way. So if you weren't interested in those, we'll move on to the movies now. I'm not sure what kind of order I'm going to do these in. I think I'll do the older stuff first, and then we'll move on to the new stuff. Okay, so I've got a couple of TV shows in here, so we'll start with those. If you follow me at all and you know, you've seen this before, you know I'm into my Gundam, and I picked up Seed. Seed was the big series that I needed. This is from All the Anime. They again did their really amazing Christmas sale. I'm not sponsored by them, by the way, but they do such a good sale around Christmas. These normally are around £40 to £50 just for one half of the season. I got both halves for 20 quid. They do a massive sale, and then they put stuff on buy one get one free. And Gundam was Seed was the last of the big Gundam series that I needed. And these are now in the collection. There are some newer stuff and a few older bits. Gundam Seed Dynasty, which I haven't got yet. But that's, Gundam there. Gundam Seed. So happy to have added those to the collection. This is the Blu-ray of Sequest DSV. Love Sequest. Love anything to do with the ocean, really. I always have done. So you give me a TV show or a film based around the ocean, I'm going to It's going to be something for me. And Sequest DSV, this was a Black Friday deal. I think it cost me around about £25, £30. It's an American import, but I have a multi-regional player, so it's not a problem for me. But yeah, really happy to have that in the collection. This was another Black Friday deal. The Blu-ray's not currently in there because it's in the player. The 4K. This is Red Sonja. Yeah, got this in the sales. I think it was around about £10, something like that. For some reason, I've had an urge to watch it for a while, and this popped up on my page, and I was like, "Oh, £10! I'll grab the 4K." So yeah, that's the 4K of Red Sonja. It's not a bad transfer. It's not a great transfer, but it's pretty good. Next up is a movie that I haven't watched, and I haven't watched it since I bought it either. It's called Touchback. It's Kurt Russell, and it's an American football movie. I haven't watched it yet, but as you know, I love my sports movies. This popped up when I was looking for something else, and I thought, why not give it a go? So I've bought it, but I haven't got around to watching this one yet. Just before Christmas, I took my mum to see Wonka. Got me wanting to watch the original. I don't have the original on Blu-ray until I went out and bought it, obviously. So this is Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. There's the disc there. I love this film. Gene Wilder is brilliant as Willy Wonka. For me, I didn't really like the Johnny Depp one too much. The Timothée Chalamet did a great job in Wonka. Wonka was really good. But for me, Gene Wilder, still the number one. And last but not least, another film I haven't seen yet. This is called Judgment Night. It's Emilio Estevez, Cuba Gooding Jr., and who's the other one in it? Dennis Leary. I think it's got Stephen Dorff in it as well. I haven't seen this. I popped up in, this is one of the HMV premium collections, so you get the cards and you get the poster in there as well. I haven't seen it. I don't know what I get an idea of what it's about because I've read the blurb on the back. Emilio Estevez, I always like Emilio Estevez, so I thought I'd give this a go, but I haven't got around to watching it yet. If you've seen it and you think it's any good, let me know below. If you've seen it and you think it's rubbish, still let me know down below. We'll go into my new releases first, and then we'll go on to my steelbooks. My steelbooks are all new releases as well, really. I think one's an older movie. Sorry, I keep leaning into the camera. It's because I've put everything down on the floor. These are in no particular order. Just the order I've picked them up in. But these are my new releases in the last 3 months of the year. So we've got the latest in the MCU, Guardians of the Galaxy. The latest to have a physical media release. Obviously, the Marvels have come out since then. The day I'm recording this is actually the day that Echo releases on Disney Plus. I'm really looking forward to watching that. But this is Guardians of the Galaxy. This was great. I think they've had a few misses since the Endgame. Endgame sort of finished that first run, and since Endgame, I think they've had more misses than hits, unfortunately, for Marvel. There's not been anything I've really hated, but actual ones that have hit the mark: Guardians 3, Spider-Man No Way Home, and Shang-Chi for me. Everything else has just fallen a little bit low. So that's Guardians of the Galaxy. Spoke about my love for the ocean, Meg 2, The Trench. Love shark movies. This is blockbuster fun. Big beast, blockbuster fun. Your Godzilla, your King Kong, just in the water with a big shark. The Meg, The Trench, Jason Statham. I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good. I can fully understand if people don't like it. And that goes for this next film as well. I actually really enjoyed this. I can understand why people didn't. It's Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. There you go. You've got the slip cover with this one. And there's the disc. I really enjoyed this. I thought it was a nice send-off for Harrison Ford. I don't think he'll do any more after this one. But I enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought below of Indiana Jones. Just a standard edition. Didn't feel I needed to go on anything special. This film I've heard mixed reviews about, but it intrigued me. It's Sound of Freedom. I haven't watched this yet. One of my friends has got this on their top 10 movie list of the year. They say it's phenomenal. And then I've heard people say it's a bit of a waste of time. I'll give it a go. I'll tell you what I think when I've seen it. But yeah, Sound of Freedom. It's based on a true story. Jim Cazale, looking forward to watching that one. This one, Gran Turismo. I didn't know what to think about this. When it came out, I wasn't sure I was going to like it. I've watched it 2 or 3 times now since I had it, and I love it. It's based on a true story. It's got nothing to do with the computer game. It's more around a competition that was based around the computer game. Really worth watching if you haven't seen it. David Harbour, Orlando Bloom, really good racing movie, Gran Turismo. Next up is Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. Love this movie. Thought this was up there as possibly, for me, the 2nd or 3rd best Mission Impossible movie. I think Fallout is still my favourite, and I really have a soft spot for the original first one, but this was really good. Looking forward to now to the second part to see how this concludes. I get a feeling this is going to conclude it. This is going to be the end of it for Tom Cruise, but money speaks, so you never know. He may be back for another. We've got Justice League versus Ruby, number 2. I haven't watched this yet. I haven't watched the first one yet, to be honest. A little bit behind on that, but got this now. Added this to the collection. So we'll get around to watching that at some point. Expendables 4. I enjoyed this. Again, big blockbuster, Hollywood fun. Nothing special. You know what you're getting if you've seen the first 3. But I enjoyed it. Is it going to be the last one? Again, money speaks. You never know. Dumb Money. This was a really good movie, actually. This is, again, a true story. It's about about a young man who basically makes GameStop one of the most valuable companies in the world by buying their stocks and pushing up the value of the company and pissing off some people in the process. But it's a fun movie, worth watching. Dumb Money there. Sorry, I'm flying through these because I've got a load to do. I'm already at around about 15 minutes of recording. Not sure how long the end video is going to be, so stop waffling and get on, basically. The Equalizer 3. Loved this movie. Absolutely loved it. I think it's, for me, the first Equalizer movie is still the best of the trilogy. Then this one, then the second one, but I've loved all 3. I think it's a very, very underrated action trilogy of the last few years. Sort of got dwarfed by John Wick and other properties, but really loved this, the whole trilogy. Really enjoyable. Denzel Washington, just such a phenomenal actor. Next is a movie that I never thought I'd get, to be honest. I didn't think it would ever get a physical release, but it did. It's Prey. This is obviously the prequel Predator movie, based against Native Americans, Indians. A very good movie, really good movie, but was Disney Channel. So I wasn't at Disney Plus, wasn't expecting it to get a physical release. They did it, so I picked it up. Kind of gutted I didn't get the steelbook, to be honest. May have to revisit that. Strays. Talking dog movie. Will Ferrell. Hilarious. I loved it. I thought it was brilliant. I thought it was so funny. Yeah, it's just throw it on when you want to laugh. Jamie Foxx, Will Ferrell. Really funny movie. The Retirement Plan. Nicolas Cage. This was... I fell in love with the trailer for this movie, and the best bits were in the trailer, is all I'll say. It's not a bad movie, it's a fun movie. It's about a retired hitman who has to go and save his daughter. It's got Ron Perlman, it's got Jackie O'Haley, it's got Ashley Greene. It has some really fun moments in it, but it is ultimately a straight to video movie. I'm not sure how I feel about this movie, which might annoy some people, but it's Oppenheimer. I felt this was kind of not what I was expecting, not what I wanted. It is a brilliant movie. It's a great movie, very well directed, very well acted. But I didn't want the lore. I didn't want all the. I understand it's a biopic, so it's telling his story, but I didn't want all the lore room drama bit. I just wanted him creating the bomb and his feelings towards what he had created. But it is good. It is worth watching. it's just not. I'm not sure it's going to be a film that I go back to on a regular basis. On the opposite side of that, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Mutant Mayhem. Absolutely loved this movie. It blew me away. It was so much better than I was expecting. Up there with Spider-Verse as one of the best animated films of the year for me last year. I think Spider-Verse pips it, but this was really close, surprisingly close. Excellent movie. If you haven't seen it and you're a Turtles fan, strongly recommend it. And the last of the regular issues before we move on to the steelbooks is Blue Beetle. I really enjoyed Blue Beetle. I thought it was a really good movie. The main guy, Zolo, I can't remember his name. He was from Karate Kid, Cobra Kai. Brilliant. It's just, it went a bit silly for me in the final act. Up until the final act, I thought it was going to be amazing. It went a little bit silly in the final act, but still was a fun movie to watch. And it's going to be part of the new DCU, I believe. Like where a lot of the other stuff is now finishing off with like Aquaman 2. I think Blue Beetle is one of the ones that's going to move forward. I'm just going to pop these down here and then we'll move on to the steelbooks. So I have a small pile of steelbooks as well this month. Sorry, quite abrupt there from Blue Beetle, but if you enjoy Blue Beetle, let me know down below. I've got 4 steelbooks this month, one of which is an older movie that was just a really good deal. It's Space Jam: A New Legacy. I know it's not the best film, but the steelbook was nice, and it was Black Friday deal. I think it was £2.99, so £3 for a brand new steelbook. I haven't even opened it. I've just tore the J card trying to get the case open here. So there's the back there, and there's the inside there. So it's a nice steelbook for not a very nice movie. That's a bit harsh. I didn't mind the movie too much. It gave me Ready Player One vibes, crossed with Space Jam, obviously. But for me, just maybe something that didn't need to be made. I love the original, but that's Space Jam: A New Legacy steelbook. What should I go with? I'll go with an older movie next, but a nice steelbook nonetheless. This is the Starship Troopers steelbook. Love Starship Troopers, and this steelbook is stunning. Absolutely stunning. Love it. Just plain inside, that's a bit of a shame, but you do have the disc there. But the outside is just stunning. There you go, Starship Troopers. This was an American import. I don't know if it's available in the UK. But to be honest, it didn't cost me a lot to get it imported. So that's the steelbook of Starship Troopers. One of the surprise hits for me last year, a movie that I really enjoyed, and I wasn't expecting to enjoy it as much as I did. This is Transformers: Rise of the Beast, and this is a really nice graffiti style steelbook there. I thought this would benefit from being in my collection in 4K, so I picked it up there. Really nice steelbook of the Transformers there. And then last but not least, again, this was something that I was never expecting to get on Blu-ray, and something that I'm so happy to have in my collection. This is The Mandalorian Season 1. Season 2 is due any time now in the UK. They were released together in America, I believe. But here in the UK, they had a little bit of a gap in between. Some cards there as well. Just a really nice looking steelbook set. So excited to get my second one. My second season's actually due next week. So excited to add that to my collection. And that's The Mandalorian Season 1. So that's it. That's my haul for the end of last year, physical media haul. This has run a bit longer. It's around about 20 minutes at the moment, so I'm going to try and skip out of this quickly. Just say to you guys, thank you so much for the last year's support. If you watch my videos, thanks for everyone who's already watched my vintage haul of the year. I've got my toy action figure toy haul, a Hot Toys video, and hopefully a top 10 figures of last year, all to come out before the end of January, if I can pull my finger out and get them done. But thanks again, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.